What is up, everyone? Thank you for tuning into another episode of Remotely Paranormal. And we have one hell of an event for you this weekend because you don't just have us for tonight, but you got us for tomorrow and Sunday as well. We have 3 different nights, 3 different locations, and let's kick off the night right away. We are going to Hinsdale, where we have Bree already there, and this place has already been crazy. What is up?
Hey, what's up?
I'm living a comforting life. Oh, so this is what's been happening all night. So if while Bree is investigating, we see that she cuts away for a second, do not panic. The spirits have been messing with her phone. It goes off for a second. It comes right back on. It'll be all good.
Yeah.
So, in just the last hour that we've been on the phone together talking, you want to talk about some of the activity that we've already seen?
See, there
Maybe
was
I will.
nothing on the back door, and there's a heavy metal gate across the back door that's padlocked. And, like, it actually sounded like the back of the house was like something shook it. And then I could hear, like, an animal howling outside when I was in the bathroom. Well, when I come up from the basement with you, walking or like
Wow.
tapping on the other side of the bathroom wall, and you had me knock on the wall, and I knocked, and it sounded like somebody walked towards me.
Mhm.
Upstairs in Laura's room, I was telling you what I had heard when I was here in October, and we started hearing noises up there. As soon as I got done telling you about that, I've got a REM pod set up on the table here in the living room, and that thing has just been going crazy. And I keep seeing a little girl in my head. And when I asked if it was the little girl, I was actually video chatting with Nick at this point. It actually went green, like it validated, like she turned the REM pod green. Wow. And then cut it off real quick. So I think that's who's messing with my phone. When I've been here before, like when I was here at New Year's with Nick and with Gil, I didn't have any connectivity issues. So
you know what? We haven't even said where you're at.
Yeah.
You are at the amazing Hinsdale location, right? In what is that, New York?
Yeah, I'm in Hinsdale, New York at the Haunted Hinsdale House.
Wow. So real quick before we go into some history about the place, I just want to give some shout outs. We got Jamie in the house, Taylor, Tim, Tara, Sam's Pretty Paranormal, Andrew, Jackie, Susan, and that guy. Hey, thank you all for joining us tonight. And I see there's others watching. We're streaming on various platforms right now. There's Nick in the house. So what room are you in right now?
I'm in the living room looking into what was once Beth's room. It's that way.
Okay.
But I'm in the living room. Anybody who watched when we were here at New Year's, this is where the Christmas tree was set up in the corner of the living room. So, and I'm freezing right now.
So, do you want to give a little bit of history about the living room?
Where I'm sitting is actually supposedly where the failed exorcism was done on the house in 1974. To understand where we're at, you have to go all the way back to the 1700s because it's not just the living room, it's the land as a whole. And I've been here twice before, so I didn't really do the history as we go. The land in the 1700s, this was Indian land, as a lot of people know. George Washington actually sent a battalion of soldiers to eradicate the Indians that were occupying this was their land because they were causing so many issues for the troops. Then in the 1800s, this house was built. I can't remember the exact year, and I apologize for that. And a set of brothers owned the home. and they had a stagecoach in, and it is rumored and widely believed, due to evidence that's been captured, that they would kill stagecoach passengers that would stay here and rob their belongings.
Wow.
So where the pond is outside, the pond is actually right this way, was a barn, and when it was too cold outside and they couldn't dig to bury the bodies, it is said that they would stack the bodies in the barn. Now, a woman ended up buying a whole bunch of land, and she wanted to have the houses with ponds, and so the barn here got torn down, the pond was built, and she ran out of money with what she wanted to do with a lot of the properties that she had bought, the land that she had bought and like divvied up, so she sold them off. And in the 1970s, the Dandy family ended up living here, and they ended up having a lot of horrific paranormal activity, poltergeist activity happen. There was the failed exorcism that was done on the home, and depending on who you talk to, depends on what version of the story you get. So I don't want to chop the history up too bad on that, but I highly suggest that people look into the history. Each room here has a different story of the people who occupied the rooms. The Dandy family ended up moving. The house exchanged hands a few more times after that. The last family to reside here, they just kind of ignored the paranormal that happened. The house sat abandoned, and I believe it was 2011 when Daniel Clace ended up buying the property. It was set for demolition, and he converted it into a paranormal research facility and museum. So what he has done is he set up a restoration foundation here at Hinsdale, and he has been, as the funding comes in, because all the money that you pay when you rent the property, it goes right back into the property, which is one of the things that I absolutely love that he's doing. So he is restoring the house back to its natural state. He's actually done LiDAR out on the grounds on this side of the house. And there's actually, if you walk around, you'll see red flags sticking out where they have been able to locate where some of the bodies on the land are buried. So what he plans on doing is fencing those in to honor the dead that are here on the land.
Wow. Okay. Very nice.
So yes, there's also the giving tree out back that you're supposed to go to, but I'm not gonna lie, for safety concerns, since I'm here by myself, I did not go to the giving tree. So hopefully the spirits will understand and forgive me for that. But you're supposed to give an offering to say thank you. I'll probably give my offering tomorrow when it's.
So you always got the morning.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm staying here overnight, so I'll be able to do it in the morning. We'll just see how much sleep the spirits decide to let me have, because they don't like to let me sleep here.
So people are asking, how did they locate them, the bodies?
With the LiDAR. It's ground penetrating radar. So he actually had a company come out and go over the ground, and yeah, there's red flags. They found a family plot, they believe. It's 2 adults and 2 small bodies.
Wow. Wow. A lot of sadness.
Yeah, there's a lot of tragedy with the land here. So.
All right. Well, oh man, this is gonna keep happening. Keep losing.
Sorry, guys.
So let's talk about tonight. All right. Yes. For people that are new to remotely paranormal, how this works is Bree has locked herself in to a location that is supposedly extremely haunted. I am not with her. Every now and then I'll make a guest appearance with her, but I'm not with her. However, I have all control over the show. And so I will challenge Bree in several different rooms throughout the night with a task and a goal to accomplish it. There is no point. It's all for fun. But we're going to start out in the living room. Now, you had a lot of activity already with that run pod. So I say we keep that going.
Okay.
We have the cat balls. But one thing I want to point out is that what we see behind Bree in the upper top half of the screen is a ghost hanging down, like a Halloween decoration. Now, throughout the time that I was on the phone with her for an hour, this ghost has moved all around. There is no air on, there is no draft, the windows are sealed. So, why is this ghost moving around? Your goal is to find out if there's a spirit messing with it and if you can get them to mess with it more, along with get some activity on that REM pod and at least 2 of the 3 cat balls.
Okay.
You got 20 minutes. Have some fun. As soon as she comes back.
Okay, let me put my light on. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the feeling in this room is so heavy right now, guys. This is insane. Okay, so this is the ghost he's talking about right there.
So I will let you know, to be able to get that REM pod and those cat balls in the shot too, you're probably going to have to do some camera changes throughout.
Yep.
So choose it how you want. Once you're set up, I will drop down.
Now, another thing to point out is that Hinsdale is known for the fly activity. It doesn't matter what time of year it is, there are flies. And the more active the flies are in a room, typically that's where the activity is. I've got a lot of fly activity going on in here. I'm gonna be honest, like it's freezing. Like I'm literally shaking. I don't know if you guys can tell. Like, and it's not nerves. Like I'm shivering. It is really cold right now in here. So I've been talking to what I believe is a little girl spirit. She showed herself to me. I saw her, and I was talking to Nick, and I was explaining to Nick that I had seen this little girl. And so as I'm explaining to Nick, REM pod lit up green right away. I've asked for minutes and it's hit green. I've asked for yellow and it'll stop going off, but within 5 minutes it'll come back on. It'll hit green and then it goes right to yellow. I've asked for blue. The same thing happens. It stops and it comes back. So I don't know right now if she's camera shy. I know she's liking to mess with my phone. I have asked her repeatedly to stop playing with my phone. I've never had connectivity issues. So I know that there's little girls that are reported to be here. There's rumored to be a lady in white that also haunts the property. I am so cold, you guys. Like, and it's so heavy on my chest right now. Like, I keep feeling like something's on my neck, but I've got a t-shirt with a hoodie on, so it's not tight. I've got my iron cross on. There's nothing constricting around my throat, but it feels like something keeps constricting. Like, I literally feel like something's on my throat, and it's driving me nuts. I keep getting the name Sarah. So, Sarah, are you in here with me? And there's that weird smell again. I keep smelling this weird...
So I want to come on. There was some massive orb activity that just went across your screen, like really slow, and wow, that was really cool. So time mark right before I popped on.
Okay. Yeah, something keeps playing with my hair, and I feel like it's this little girl. I honestly wore my hair down. I told Nick I would do bangs with my buns. But I kind of wore my hair down tonight. I had a feeling something would play with my hair. I plan on putting my hair up for tonight when I got here. Like, my face is hurting. It's heavy on my chest. Now, you really enjoyed playing with my REM pod earlier. You had this thing going crazy purple on here. Can you come back and make this hit again? Can you show my friends your really cool trick and how you can make this go off? Or can you play with the cat balls that are on the table and light them up? I'll even move them away. Here, I'll even put them on the checkerboard. This one keeps turning off. I think this one might be dying. I don't know why it keeps turning off. That's the second time I've turned it on and it's gone. It's turned itself off. It makes no sense. Now, if you want, we can play checkers. And you can make the balls light up. Wow, like this is intense. Or there's another spirit too. There's Nick. Nick, if you're here, can you, and I know that you're here, can you light up the REM pod? Can you say hi to my friends for me? Can you make it hit green? I was here live on New Year's. We got to celebrate New Year's and ring in the new year together. Oh, thank you. Can you light up one of the other balls for me? Is that the piece that you want to move? If that's the piece that you want to move, I'll move it for you. Can you light the ball up again for me, please? Or you can light up one of the other ones. I almost feel like I should have my trip wire out too. There's movement behind my phone, behind the camera. I don't know if you heard that. And I'm seriously seeing like some massive shadow play. Like, and it is real cold, like right here, right now. Here, I'll move this piece for you. And then I'll move one. Do you want to move another piece? Okay, can you let go of my neck, please? Like, it literally feels, like, I don't know how else to describe it. It feels like there's a rope around my neck. Now, I know a woman was strangled. There's a hanging tree down the road, and there was a woman that was reported to have been hung off there. Is that who I'm feeling right now? I've got clicks coming from the kitchen. Like, it sounds like somebody's playing with one of my pieces of equipment on the table. There's more clicking from behind my camera. It almost sounds like my rig is getting tapped. Now, are you able to make my REM pod go off? Can you give me green? Just to say hi? So I know that you're here with me? I know you probably get asked this every weekend. Can you make this light out? Can you touch this? Can you touch that? And I don't want to make you feel like a circus animal. I just want to verify that I'm feeling you in here with me. And I know all my friends are saying hi to you right now, too. Okay, the ghost just made one full rotation, I noticed when I looked over. I'm going to bring this over so you guys can see. I got to fix the legs on my tripod, so I apologize. Just bear with me. You're really making that thing move more and a little bit harder than you did earlier. Before, it was just barely moving. You're doing really good with that. Can you make it move around so I can see the ghost's face? I think it has a face on there, if I remember. Can you spin it so I can see the face? Almost. You just got to push it a little bit harder and make it turn. You've almost got it to where I can see the face. Now, just so you guys know, there's no airflow. As you can see, the curtains aren't moving. The windows are actually sealed with plastic right now to keep the drafts out. There is a heater running, but the heat is coming like straight out from over here. It's almost like it's teasing, like it only wants to show itself a little bit. It could have just been because I glitched, but I thought I saw something move from right to left when I was turning. Can you please stop messing with my camera, my phone? I know you think it's funny. Now, is it possible you can make this go up and give me a blue or yellow? made it go off and give me yellow when I was trying to verify that it wasn't me with my phone making it go off. And then he also gave me a blue. He even showed me the really pretty purple too. It's weird. It's like almost every time I look at the ghost, like it stutters to a stop. And then when I look away peripherally, I can see it like moving. It is like freezing right here. Like something is like standing right next to me. Who keeps standing with me? Is this Nick? I know a couple other names that are associated with the property, but I really don't want to say them out loud. And there's that weird smell again. Like, it might sound weird. I don't know how to describe this. It smells like a sweaty man. That's the only way I know how to describe this smell. It smells like musky, like somebody who's been outside working hard. Now, Nick has said that he wants to help investigate. He wants to be part of the team. So if that, Nick, could you do me a favor and try to move the REM pod though? Get it in a better position for me? I've got noises coming from where the ghost is hanging. Like, sounds like clicks, like somebody's tapping the wall.
And that is time. Time is up.
Oh, that ghost really just moved.
Could you hear me?
I acknowledge the noise.
So we didn't get all the cat balls lit up. We didn't get the REM pod going. Ghost kind of moved, but this orb activity.
Yeah.
Like, I want you to get close to your camera so you can see this. I have it loaded up. I want to do a replay of this.
Okay.
This is wild. All right, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. Yep, I'm ready. My name's Sarah. So, Sarah, are you in here with me? And there's that weird. Wow.
That was pretty good.
That's insane.
That was a pretty wild one.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
All right. Why don't you head to the next area? You're just taking your tripod.
Yeah.
And grab your dowsing rods too.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to put you backstage while you set up. And you guys can Deal with me for a minute. Now that orb activity, that was crazy. I want to do that. Um, I'm going to play it one more time for those that want to see it.
Getting the name Sarah. So Sarah, are you in here with me? And there's that weird.
Wow. Yeah, it's a little bit faint, but that I honestly have a hard time with orbs. I always say, is that dust? Is that, a spirit? This to me was an orb, like no questions asked. That was really freaking cool. So this next location that we're going to, it's a little bit of a challenge to get to. So Bree is working on getting to this location, and this one is going to be all about her senses. It's going to be talking about feelings, what she's seeing, what she's hearing, and we'll have some dowsing rods there as well so that you guys can also see some visuals to the activity that she may or may not be getting. So it looks like she is in location. Once she sets up and gives me the thumbs up. All right. Yeah, Chris. So you saw it. Very good. Carrie, you saw it too. Yeah, that was awesome to be able to capture that live and review it and not have to, go back. I felt like when she was in the living room sitting there, I know the camera kept glitching on and off. That was a bit of an issue, but there was a lot of the camera going in and out of focus when nobody was in the shot. And I always find that interesting on why it's doing that when there's nothing moving to cause the focus to go. All right, it looks like Bree is ready. We're going to bring her back.
I'm looking at camera angle and I couldn't tell.
Okay. Oh my. This looks like the Blair Witch house. Like I'm just picturing you standing in the corner facing the wall. So why don't you?
I mean, if that's what you want, I can do that.
I mean, you don't got, but that's like that's like recreating the movie right there. Why don't you turn around though and tell people about?
I'm thinking. Oh, damn it.
Well, you didn't have to walk over there into the mud.
Well, I didn't expect to sink down half an inch. I'm in the basement of Hinsdale, and this is the original foundation. There's actually pieces of wood that has been recovered out of the basement with bullet fragments in it from the Revolutionary War, they believe, which would be mini balls. And there's nowhere to stand.
Why don't you grab a chair and sit on a chair?
Yeah, I've got a chair I'm going to grab. I'm trying to. No matter where I go, it's muddy. And it's freezing down here.
And so the floor is made of mud?
Yeah, this is the original dirt floor.
It's the original dirt floor. Wow. Hey, and earlier a person had a question, but you had already started your investigation. They asked, what is the background to the giving tree?
If Jackie Kurt is in the chat, I will let Jackie Kurt respond. Jackie actually is one of the people that works here at the house and knows the history a little bit better. I don't know the original.
Oh no.
To be honest, that's one thing I don't know. My God, it's freezing.
Okay. So we're going to try to get you through quick. You got 15 minutes to just tell people what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you're hearing, and try to make some communication with the dowsing rods at some point.
Okay.
All right. And your 15 minutes starts now.
like I'm hearing something behind me in the corner, to be honest. But there's also water slowly trickling down the walls, so I don't know if I'm hearing that, so I can't say that that is paranormal. I know when I was here in October, we had a Jeff Fent box with us. For those who don't know, Jeff Fent makes these amazing geo boxes. And we had a box down here. And for anybody who has not seen a Civil War or Revolutionary War reenactment or don't know much about those wars, they very much were still in the mind frame of people coming at each other. But instead of charging, because at this point we've got firearms, they I swear I keep seeing a figure in the corner. Like that way. It's just a little unnerving. Like I feel like something's standing there watching me. This house messes with you so bad. Like it tries to get at you on like a mental level. Like it's literally mind over matter when you're here. But so anyways, they with how they would, when two armies would come in war, when you've got the British with the colonialists, it would be the front line would be down on one knee with their long musket. The row behind them would be standing up. So it'd be front line firing, second line firing. And as the second line is firing, the front line is getting their powder, their mini ball, they're plugging their rifle, they're cocking it, they're getting ready to aim and fire again. So right in this area, we had the geo box, and for like a good 15 minutes, that's what we heard. It was like one line of fire, second line of fire, and then you would hear a faint voice saying, ready, aim, fire. And Dan actually happened to be with us that night. And I was telling him, he was asking questions, and I'm like, and it dawns on me, I'm like, you're not going to get a response because it's residual. We were completely picking up on a Revolutionary War, Civil War battle. It was complete residual, and you could hear as the fighting. I believed it to be when George Washington sent the troops out to eradicate the problem, the Indians that were causing chaos and havoc for the troops. Because as the fighting intensified, you hear the firing, you hear the cannons being brought in, and you start hearing screams. And by the tone, the sound of the voices, it resonated with me that it would have been like Native Americans. So, like I told Dan, I was like, this is residual. Like the geo box right now is picking up on complete residual. And so it was like a weird, like as Dan called it, it was like a weird ghost loop. It's freezing. Like I can see my breath. And I still am seeing somebody in the corner behind the camera. Can you make a noise to verify that I'm seeing you? Just so I know it's not me? Okay, that was weird because I was just thinking of asking, like, could you, like, because there's a bunch of rocks and, like, little pebbles, and I was just thinking of asking, like, could you throw a pebble? Something small. And I heard something go plink right next to me. And it wasn't water dripping off the wall. Like, I've differentiated at this point, like, what that sound is. It's a drip. This was an actual, like, plink right next to me. Which I think is amazing when stuff like that happens, because it goes to prove that, like, I'm hearing movement. Okay, I've only done dowsing rods one other time. So, we're going to try. I'm shivering, so I don't know. Spirits, can you show me? My name is Bree. As you know, I've been here. This is now my third time. And I want to thank you for allowing me into your space and to communicate with you. Can you show me what yes would be in response to a question? You can do it. There you go. Thank you. Can you straighten them back out, please? Can you make them go straight? I'm going to need them to go straight, please. Almost. You're starting to. There you go. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Almost. You almost got one. There you go. You're doing a great job. Check you out. Thank you. Can you show me what no would be to a question? Can you show me what no would be? Thank you. Can you make them go straight again, please? Make them go back straight. Set them straight.
Any chance you can move closer to the camera with that? Because it's really hard to see.
Yeah, give me a second. Thank you. All right, give me a second. I gotta move closer. Do you want me to do this at an angle? And do you want me to ask for yes and no?
Yeah, ask yes and no again, and slight angle. Let's see, that should be.
Is this good?
Let's see them in both hands. It's hard to see, but yeah. Can you get closer?
Yeah, I don't know what my camera angle is gonna look like though. And you want me at an angle?
Oh, keep losing. All right, that's good. Yes.
All right. Sorry about that, spirits. I hate to ask. Can you show me what yes will be for a question? Good job. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Can you set them straight for me? Can you show me what the response will be for no? Please. Spread apart. Thank you. It literally feels like something is pulling on the end of these. Can you put them back straight for me? Please. Almost got it. I need them straight. There we go. Thank you. Is there something or someone standing in the corner watching me? Yes. Thank you. Can you set them back? It's nice to have validation. Okay, can you set it straight again? Put them back straight. Thank you. Mind you guys, this is only my second time doing this, so I might not even be using the right verbiage. I apologize. Does somebody keep touching my hair and playing with my hair? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Can you set them back straight again? Please? I need them to go straight, please. I know I'm probably not using the right words, am I? I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Oh, that's funny. Okay, can you make them go straight for me then? Just bear with me. I know this is only my second time. There we go. Thank you. Is that a soldier that I'm seeing in the corner? Yes. Okay, thank you. Can you reset the rods? You put them back to straight for me, please? Thank you. Do you remember me? Yes. That's nice to know that. Oh, that's a hard yes. Can you make them go back straight for me, please? You reset. Make them go straight. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really shivering. I hope I'm not making it difficult for you with moving the rods. Is there something or somebody in the corner that I was just sitting in front of? Yes. Okay, go back straight. Or reset, please.
Before we end this session, ask them to point it to where the spirits are.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. You make them go straight for me, please? Because I think you're getting a response right now. They keep doing hard yeses and pointing over there. Can you reset, please? Make them go straight? Almost. Go straight. I need them to go straight for me. Can you point to where the spirits are for me? You don't need to say yes. Can you move the rods to show me where the spirit is? Is there something in front of me? Yes. For me, please.
All right, and that is time.
No, I've been feeling like something moved over in front of me. Like the inside of my thighs are freezing. Like I'm feeling like a gust of air. Like just right here, not anywhere else, just right inside my leg. Yeah, I know. Shut up.
Okay. I don't know how to. Why don't you move to the next location?
Okay, sure. Smart ass.
Oh, Nick's even laughing. All right. So, well, Bree figures herself out and moves to the next location. Um, let's see. We got some people coming in. Pink, good to see you. Shift, happy to see you. I know Ghost ain't your thing, but thanks for hopping in and sending some good vibes. Jackie is here, and yes. So, all right. I want to ask Bree about that feeling you had, Pink. I saw it on there, so I'm not going to say it out loud. I want to see if she possibly gets that too. Um, have you guys been to Penhurst in Spring City, PA? I have not. I'm not sure if Bree has made it to Penhurst yet or not. Bree, you're going to go into, which room you're going to. Grab whatever equipment you want to bring with you. So she has a little bit of a hike. Has to clean that mud off. Hopefully that breeze didn't follow her. And yeah, so for those who tuned in a little bit later, so far we have caught a orb, which is really good. So we're going to show that one more time.
Getting the name Sarah. So, Sarah, are you in here with me? And there's that weird.
Yeah, I just think that was a great, great little catch. Looks like Bree is setting up in the room right now. All right, bringing her up, and she's gone, and she's back. Keep coming and going.
Yeah. So the flies are going ape shit in here, you guys.
So why don't you talk about the flies real quick? Oh, real quick before we get there. We got somebody who knows nothing about the house right now.
Okay.
They have, and I know this person, and this person is very connected, and she has given me a few times, like when I've been on investigations, her feelings and her thoughts, kind of like Mecca does with you, right?
Okay.
And so she is feeling like a letter, a certain letter that is really pulling at her, and she's not hearing it, she's feeling it. Do you get that at all?
There's a couple names that really pull with me on this location, so it's difficult for me. I've got a history with it.
Nope. If you answered, you cut out, so I don't know.
No, I said I've got history here. This is my third time here, since the end of October. So I've been here 3 times in 3 months. Technically, it'll be a total of 5 days I've investigated. I feel really nauseous right now, guys. Sorry.
So,
I like the letter N sticks out to me, but so does E.
N and E. Okay, so neither of those were that. But does the letter A have anything to do with the house?
It might. I don't know. Sorry, I feel really. There's something in Laura's room right now, and it's really got me like. Laura's room is directly across from you guys.
Mm-hmm. So, as Bree has stated, she's been here many times before. She did have an incident in this house that she made her at least uncomfortable to go into a specific room when doing this alone. So, out of respect, we are going to keep her out of that room. Also, out of respect, I'm not going to ask her to relive or tell that story because she's alone. And so, Dustin, no, we will not be at Penhurst this weekend.
I need these to set to. This is brand new batteries in here too. I made sure I set these brand new specifically for this.
So,
Can you set that back to purple for me, please? Purple all the way through, but this one, no, not yellow. I need purple.
So, for the people tuning in right now, she is at the Hinsdale House. And the room that she is in that closet, it has been known to be a portal. So that is why Bree is setting up the tripwire leading into there.
I actually have video on my TikTok. Nick and I both do of energy bursts coming out on the tripwire, and it wasn't like just like a light blue. It was like it hit hard, like red all the way down. We got it a few times. Can I have that go purple, please? That's green. I'm arguing with the ghost. I need purple.
Hey, Holly, thanks for joining.
I need to reset one more time. Did you guys just see that energy flow?
Yep. And now we're all purple. So sweet.
Now we're all purple. Thank you.
All right. So, Bree, why don't you talk about this portal a little bit?
Okay, so there is reported to be a portal. For those who do not know, a portal is something that spirits, it's kind of like leading to another dimension. Spirits can travel from one place to another. The spirits from Hinsdale like to follow me, and I have had them show up at numerous locations, overtake investigations, and it's all been locations that have portals within them. The mediums have verified these said portals.
Oh,
Portal.
and we lost her.
Am I here?
Yes, you're back.
Okay. So the mirror, I'm gonna pick up so I can show you guys. This is what. Is that me or you?
That's me.
Okay. I was like, I thought I had my phone on silent. So this is the closet that is reported to be a portal, and the portal is reported to come through this mirror. So that is where and why when Nick and I were here, we were trying to validate whether or not there is a portal coming out of the closet. We set up the tripwire. We even had a REM pod. I've actually still have the REM pod on downstairs. For those who don't know, who have not been here before, this is an old vent system, hole in the floor, and I'm looking down now into the living room. So I left the REM pod purposefully still set up on the table that is right below this, just out of curiosity to see if we would get any interaction with it whatsoever, because we would be able to hear it from up here.
All right. So, what equipment did you bring with you? Just the tripwire?
I've got the tripwire. I also have an SB11. I've also got my boo box with the necrophonic as well.
Okay. I want to save the boot box for the next room. Let's use.
Yeah, we can save the boo box and we can use the SB11.
Yep. Let's use the SB11 with this challenge. Since we got a portal, I want to see if you can talk to somebody from Wildwood.
I was hoping you would say that.
And you got 20 minutes.
Thank you. Alright. So I'm sitting outside of what's supposed to be a portal. Does anybody come in and out from Wildwood? Is there a Tommy that runs around? Can you tell me how many spirits are in the house? Did anyone follow me up from the basement? Would anybody like to come through and say hi? My face right now. I'm going to try the AM sleep. You want to come through and say hi to my friends? It is really hard to breathe right now. Is there anybody from Wildwood that comes over? I thought I heard a yeah. But it feels like something's touching the back of my hand. And you can see that this is not touching the back of my hand. Does Tommy come here? Okay, no feeling in this room just changed. Did something just come upstairs? Or did someone come upstairs? Does somebody keep touching my hand? There's like a broken up voice that keeps coming through, but I don't know if it's radio bleed or... I don't think it is. I do not like the feel right now up here. There was a male voice just now. Do any of the doctors from Wildwood come over? There definitely is a voice that's coming through. Does Tommy come here to play with the kids? Yeah. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a yeah. Do other people? Does Tommy come over here a lot? It's weird. It sounds like there's a full, but it's real soft and it's like underneath, but I don't know if that's. Do a lot of spirits come through the portal here? There was a response, but I didn't hear what it said. I heard the voice. Is there somebody in the closet right now? There's more talking, but I don't know what's being said. It's like just little clips. And I feel like something keeps playing with my hair back here. Can you tell me what my full first name is? I swear I was hearing music. Okay, so there's a motion sensor at the top of the stairs, and the motion sensor just turned off.
Does that
There's
mean?
something on the stairs.
Well, if it turned off, doesn't it mean it's not sensing motion?
No, like it only turns on when it senses like it.
Oh, you said on.
Yeah, like it was on and then it just turned off. So.
Interesting.
And I looked over and I caught it out the corner of my eye that it just turned off.
Huh.
So something's on, like either just came up or went down. And I think something came up because like I'm feeling it go. I feel very tense all of a sudden.
Well,
I'm not.
oh, wow. Hey, tripwire.
Well, thank you. Are you standing next to me? Yeah. Told you. I felt it. That's like immediate validation.
This camera keeps going out like crazy.
It's so weird. It did not do that at all. Like, it's almost like they know that we're live. Like, we're doing it's. I kind of feel like they're doing it just to mess with me right now, in all honesty. Because, like, I even asked the little girl when I was downstairs with the REM pod, I said, did you see Trip Light?
I did.
I asked her, are you messing with my phone? And the REM pod lit up green.
Let's ask her if she can turn 4 of those lights blue.
Can I get 4 lights to turn blue, please? Can you say hi to my friends? I know that somebody's standing here next to me. I keep feeling you. You played with my hair. And I know for a fact somebody just came up the stairs. I'm not liking how that feels over there. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's got me so freaking on edge over here. Is there something, can you let me know? Is there something next to me in the stairwell? Something over with Laura's room? I just heard a noise, but I don't. There's a noise coming from Laura's room right now, actually. Like, it's very slight. It's very light. It's almost like just a light tap.
You got people saying they heard it too.
Oh, they heard the taps too? I don't mind telling people my story of Hinsdale. But I've noticed, like, even when I was here with Nick, when I talk about it, activity seems to pick up. We had activity. We didn't even have equipment out. We were just walking through. And I was telling him, like, showing him, like, where things were in conjunction to my story. And we started getting noises. Like, you could hear something tapping on the walls. Like, it was audible. We heard something shuffle. Like, you could hear it on the wood floor, like, move between us.
I'm just reviewing some footage real quick. So go ahead, keep talking, and do your thing for a couple more minutes.
All right. So I guess I'll tell my story of Hinsdale. The reason I don't like Laura's room. So when I was here in October, I was here the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And Saturday we had some really interesting Estes session happen up here. And it actually got kind of like sexually aggressive, and it was not whatever was coming through, whoever's coming through did not like the energy of some of the people that were in the room with us. And I kept getting touched, which that's something, if you guys follow my adventures, my journey in the paranormal, you know that is something that does happen. I don't mind getting touched as long as it is not malicious. And I just saw something in the reflection of the plastic on the window. Ironically coming from Laura's room. So the second night we had a massive eon pump up here going on. Did more Estes, and we're going to bed. There was a married couple actually sleeping in Claire's bed. I slept both nights in Mary's room. And I'm saying goodnight to Nick, and as I'm saying goodnight to Nick, I start hearing knocking coming from inside the closet. When that ends, I start hearing knocking on the 2 windows here in Clara's room. Now, for those who have not been here, there is no way for a human to get to these windows unless you physically bring a ladder over. and climb up to get to the windows. I start hearing knocking coming from outside. Around that point, I start, like, the investigator in me is like screaming at me, like, you know, get your phone, start recording. And the flies start going crazy in Mary's room. And I was kind of like petrified. Like, the flies are literally like pinging me in the face. And these flies in here are not your typical house flies. Like, these things are like the size of like baby grapes. They're like little pebbles. And they're freaking kamikaze, like Japanese kamikaze pilots. Like, they come and they like ping. They hit you in the face. They bounce off. They go back up, come back in again. And I'm starting to get hit. So I pull the blanket up around my face. But I'm also like, this terror just gripped me. I could not. I moved the blanket. I couldn't move. The knocking stops on the outside of the windows and it continues to here. It starts in the far corner, goes across this wall, bounces across, comes over here to the wall for the stairs. When it hits the door frame and the knocking stops, I heard somebody walking up the stairs. Now, there was a total of 5 people downstairs. So I'm going through my head, based on the sound of the steps, who this could be coming up the stairs. It was too heavy to be the 2 females. It was too light to be the heavy set male that was downstairs. So I'm thinking it's either my friend Jeff Henn or it's the other guy with the paranormal group that invited me out. Now, this is what flooring. When the footsteps got to the top, I should have heard a continuance of walking, and I did not hear a continuance of walking. Like, the footsteps completely stopped. There was no walking at all. Now, this lamp that's in the corner, it's actually, when I was here, the lamp was actually, I'll show you guys that in a second. The lamp was actually on this corner of the desk. And it was on a soft glow. I'm laying on my side in Mary's room, blanket around my face, like this. And I'm looking at the table that's got all the dolls on it. I can see the dolls. And it's not that a shadow covered it. It was like the dolls went black. Like, you wouldn't know there was dolls there. It went completely black. And I'm like, shit. The area between the table and the bed was still white, but then that filled in black as well. And you know how you can tell when somebody walks up on you, you can feel them there. Like, you don't see them, but you can feel their presence. I could feel something right there in front of me, and I could tell that it was like face level with me. Like, it had knelt down. And I got this inhuman, like, deep breath in my face, and it was almost a growl, but it was not a growl. And it was long, and it was male. It was like, but it was like horrible. And I remember just laying there going, let it be Jeff. Like, thinking, please be human, please be human, please be human, please be human. Let it be Jeff playing a trick on me. Because Jeff's like a big brother to me. And I moved the blanket, and nobody was there. Not gonna lie, I jumped out of that damn bed and I landed in here. And when I got in here, at this point, the couple that is like sleeping in here, they finally wake up. And I mean, when they were sleeping, they were like snoring. Like, it was like orchestra in here. They finally wake up. They ask what happened. I explained to them what happened. I get done telling them what happened. And we start hearing noises. And the woman is like, oh. And I'm like, do you guys hear that? And she's like, oh, it's probably somebody just coming upstairs to check because you were loud. And I can see down the stairs. There's nobody on the damn stairs. And I'm like, there's nobody there. At that point, you can hear something crawl up the wall in Laura's room and cross. And I'm expecting something to peek its head around. Like, I'm kind of thinking I'm dead because it sounded like claws going into the wall. I don't know how else to describe it. It was not a pleasant sound. And nothing popped up. I calmed down. I ended up going back to bed in Mary's room. But like Wade Kirby, who works with Nesper, he's actually, when he was here with Dan Riviera and they were investigating, Wade even told me when I first got here that Friday night and I was doing the walkthrough for my StreamYard, he even made mention, stay away from Laura's room. I got attacked by something evil that is in Laura's room. And I was like, okay, I'll make a mental note, stay away from Laura. But both mornings that we woke up, that bed was tossed. So whatever's in Laura's room is not very nice. Laura's room makes me nervous. And I know we're supposed to push ourselves, I will gladly push myself. I'm here in Hinsdale by myself, so I am pushing myself. But I also know not to be stupid and play with fire. I will not touch Laura's room. So. Are you still there?
I'm here. I was trying to find.
I'm like, don't tell me. I just they totally.
It dropped 20 minutes ago. No.
I'm like, oh my god! Don't tell me they completely just destroyed the whole thing.
No, there's some possible orb activity, and I'm trying to find it so that I can record it and replay it. Just having a hard time locating it because it's really quick. It's real quick.
There's a voice from downstairs right now. Like, I just heard it. Like, it was just one word. And it sounded like a footstep behind me.
All right, let's move you to the main room now. This is going to be a tough room. This is. Yeah. I'm going to put you backstage. Go get set up. The next room we are going to is called Mary's room. This is a room where if you watch Paranormal Lockdown, Nick Groff was in when he had an altercation with a spirit that was pretty intense. So we are about to go there. Bree has some questions that she's been wanting to ask in this room, and she has held off. So Bree is going to ask the questions that she has been waiting to in front of all of you. And she is also going to be using the Necrophonic app as well. Are you good to go? I would get closer if you could. Because, yes. All right. I'm going to bring Bree back up. All right. Oh, it's the tripwire. I was like, what is that? So while you're doing that, do you kind of, I briefly touched on Nick Groff being in this room. Do you want to tell what happened?
So on Paranormal Lockdown, Nick Groff slept in Mary's bed and he was attacked.
Real quick, your head's cut off in the frame, so you might want to sit in the bed.
Okay. So Nick Groff, when Paranormal Lockdown was here, Nick Groff actually one of the nights slept in Mary's bed and he was attacked. He actually did at-home footage afterwards of like hearing noises and voices at home. He felt like something had followed him, and he actually ended up getting a hold of Dan and Katrina and came back and came up to Mary's room and confronted whatever it was. It is freezing in here right now. Confronted. So when I came here in October, I felt to do my due diligence as an investigator that I needed to stay in Mary's room. Nobody would touch Mary's room with a 10-foot pole. Did you see that?
Sure did.
So something just came in because that started from back there. I watched it start back there and work its way in.
So I'm going to let you start this because we're already getting activity. You can continue with your story, but you got 30 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so this is where I was sleeping. This is the doll table that turned to black. And as you can see, there's a decent gap in between the table and the bed. I've been to some really messed up places. I grew up dealing with the paranormal. I had my first experience at the age of 6. I've never been so scared in my life. I've had things scare me. Like when Nick and I were here and we had the tripod just barely set up and the tripod fell over behind me, I did jump out of the room because I had the flashback of what I went through. I literally was shaking so bad they compared it, the husband, Matt, compared it to like I was almost like hyperthermic, it was uncontrollable. I could not stop. I didn't even know at the time, but I guess I was crying. I had tears streaming down my face and didn't even realize I was crying. That's how scared I was. I've never been that terrified in my life. I know a lot of people do this for the thrill. I do it because I want to have a better understanding. I do it because I want to bring attention to locations. I want to help location owners. I can keep going on about my why. And I know that there's going to be scary times, there's going to be scary moments. But this room terrified me. Like, Laura's room's a big old fat nope. I won't even, no. This room was the room I chose to push myself when I was here. I could have slept on a couch downstairs. I even had an air mattress. I could have slept on the air mattress. So Mary's room tonight is a challenge for me to overcome. I need to face. I feel like I personally, to better understand and the flies are going ape shit. I don't know if you can hear them. All right, I'm going to turn necrophonic on. They already know my password. I'm not even going to say it. Hi, spirits. It's me. Kill her. That's something I want to hear. Playing with my hair right here. Did something walk in the room? Yes. Was it Enzo that scared me? Get out. Go. Was it Enzo that came in and scared me that night? I'm having such a hard time breathing in. Do you remember me? Do you remember me? Yes. There was a help please just now, 2 different voices. What do you need help with? I feel so nauseous. Oh my God. Are you happy that I came back? Why are you here? It sounded like, dude. You shut up. Do it. I think I know what was said just now, but I don't want to say it out loud in case I was wrong. Okay, slow down one at a time. I know that you're... Who scared me that night when I was in here? Ezra. If you've been following... I'm going to pause this. If you've been following anything that I've been doing, New Year's Eve, we kept getting Ezra. Almost every location Nick and I have been to since New Year's, we've been getting Ezra. I actually got Ezra at the Clifton Theater and said that they were trying to warn me. Times Bree, like all kinds of stuff came through, and really, this is now the 5th day that I've investigated here, so 5 times Bree. It said that they've got a warning. They're trying to warn me. Ezra kept coming through. When I left here, I had something follow me in October, and it ended up attaching to me, and I had to go through Holy Fire Reiki session. Came back in New Year's, and I left with something following me again, but completely different. The thing I had followed me before was disgusting. It was nasty. Very sexually deviant. Something's touching right here on me. Even Kara, who did the session, like, she described him to a T. Like, he was very much, like, what's the guy's name from Bates Motel? Very much like that, like very proper and to the public, but behind closed doors was just downright disgusting. That one was a struggle. The one I have now is very protective. He's a teenager. And ironically, his name is Nick. So I will be going live on TikTok later. And I'm going to try to communicate with Nick right now. Nick, are you in here with me? Bray. Where's Nick? I'm here. Nick, are you protecting me? I am. Is Ezra in here too? Yes. Ezra, what is your obsession with me? Why do you keep bothering me? I'm not repeating what it just called me. Bray. I just saw something behind the door. Who's in the room with me right now? You. Okay, besides me, who's in here? Me? Who's me? Can you tell me who me is? What is your name? Babe. I don't know if you caught it. It just said MILF, babe. I just heard movement in Claire's room. Do you see me? Who just came in the room? It's freezing right now. Like right here. It's freezing. Like it feels like something's standing right here. Who's in front of me? You don't need to call me a whore. It just told me to suck it. You are so nasty. You don't need to be so rude. Babe. Is Iris still here? Yes. No, another small history about Hinsdale is at one point it was supposedly used as a brothel. Which and Enzo was the pimp. Is Enzo here? I need you to slow down, please. Is Enzo here? Can you give me my password? I'm pretty sure I already heard it. You know my password all too well. What's my password? Okay, that's funny. In a female voice, it just said Nikki, and that's what my daughter calls Nick. Or you've said my password before, and I'm pretty sure I already heard it. What am I supposed to ask? Like, my face is really hurting right here. Who's in Claire's room? I hear somebody in Claire's room. Who's in Claire's room? Me? Who's me? Nick. Okay, it just sounded like it said, "It was nice knowing you," but different voices. My password was said. They were counting. Why are you counting right now? They're at 15. Get out. You've got to help me. Can you make my lights light up again for me? If you're still in here. Can you make my lights light up one more time? Something about Nick right there. Are you talking about my boyfriend, Nick? Fuck off. Which Nick are you talking about? Douche. They're vulgar. Pushed. Was it funny to you when you scared me? Yeah. It was a good time. Do you like scaring people? Do you think I should sleep in here tonight? Would you? Do you think I should sleep in here tonight? There was a full sentence starting with my name there. If I sleep in here, are you going to bother me? You realize that you have to stay here. You're not allowed to come home with me, right? Yep. I'm coming back in a couple of days, and I'm going to be with my friend. Are you going to be nice? Why did you pick on me out of everybody in the house? Why did you pick on me that weekend? Why all the flies? Are you happy that I'm back? I just saw like a white mist in this corner. Who am I seeing right now? Who's in the room with me? Who? Nick? So Nick's in here with me now? Wow, some of the words that are coming across are so... If they're not vulgar, I'm just like, whoa. Like, the flies are really going crazy in here, but they're not dive bombing me right now, so I think I'm okay. And I don't remember that cross being on Mary's door. Is that cross on Mary's door? Is that new? I'm so cold, I'm actually shivering right now, you guys. And I was completely fine. It is freezing in here right now. Behind you? What's behind me? I had to stop that for a second because it sounded like something. I don't even know what that was. What is that noise? Okay, that's the flies. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know Hinsdale, it's out in BFE. I shouldn't really be hearing anything. I'm the only one here. It stopped. I don't hear it now.
So Jackie has a request.
Okay.
Ask them if they know the granddaughter's name who still comes to visit to this day.
Okay. Do you know the granddaughter's name? Yeah. That still comes to visit? What's her name? What's her name? Jackie, if you hear the name, you're going to have to say that you hear it and what it is in chat, because I don't know her name. What's the granddaughter's name that still comes to visit? Wow, this really hurts. Do you know her name? Then what is it? I've got hits on the trip. Can you make that light up again? Sophie? Who's Sophie? I don't know if Jackie's heard it or not. I'm not looking at my phone, so I don't know if she's commented. Okay, that was a fully charged light.
Well, you got 30 seconds left anyway, so.
Yeah, that was a fully charged light. Yeah.
So they did not.
That happened right as I saw something behind my phone too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, how are you feeling about it?
Well, when you watch something behind your phone and then the light gets killed, that's a little unnerving. I'm proud of myself for being in here and asking the questions. I mean, you know, I know when I was here with Nick and Gil for New Year's, I definitely, you know, Nick even asked, I asked, but being here myself, you know, because I got to stand my ground and, you know, put my big girl panties on. And so I feel like me coming into this room by myself, you know, I don't have Nick here. I don't have Gil here. I don't have somebody to, so to speak, like hide behind. I have to, this is forcing me to face my demons, so to speak. Hate that D word, but you know, I'm facing it, and this is forcing me to. And I think that why not seize the moment while I can to face it? So I feel good. I feel very proud of myself for doing it.
So yeah, we're proud of you. Did great. It's a good night. We definitely have footage to review. I tried finding some stuff. People sent me. They were seeing a lot of flashes of light, especially in the upstairs, both upstairs rooms. Usually, bottom right. I'm not sure. You mentioned that there was a motion light.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if maybe because both of those were like right by the door frame, if it was catching motion light going on and off in the door frame, possibly.
That'd be cool if I did catch that.
This room, a lot of I saw some people thinking there were some orbs. This room, tons of flies. You could tell the difference, and you could tell that we were seeing a lot of flies in this room, especially by your phone.
Right. And if you notice, now that I've turned the necrophonic off, oh, of course, now that I mention it, the fly activity's completely died down in here. Like, it's not going, it's not buzzing. Like, it literally sounded like consistent buzzing. And, like, I could hear them hitting the wall, hitting the ceiling. Like, it's not, like, it's completely died down.
Interesting. Well, this was a successful night. You're going to go live here again. Are you doing it on YouTube or are you going on TikTok?
TikTok channel. So you can look up Bree Hollingshead or at Paranormal Trip and Bree.
All right. So make sure to catch us. We are also going to be on tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern are we saying where we're at?
Yeah, we can say where we're at.
At Paraniagara, the Western Block. That is going to be a huge location to investigate. Really excited to see that. So that'll be at 8 p.m. tomorrow. If you notice, we got some remotely paranormal shirts. If you're interested in getting one, contact Bree. That is, Bree knows how to handle all that. So get a hold of Bree. As for me, I will be around Saturday and Sunday with Bree, going to these different locations, and catch me sometime during the week, this coming week, for my Rise and Fall of McCamey Manor over on Horror Road Trip. We are going to do a episode there, and I noticed we need to get some likes and some subscribes on these videos here. We've had like 30 people watching. We got some 0 thumbs ups, so let's click that link. It's free. It takes 2 seconds, and it helps support us and makes us feel appreciated. So with that, I see some tripwire activity going on.
So in the room with me.
The spirits of Hinsdale are telling you to go and click that thumbs up right now.
Yep.
That's exactly.
They just validated. They said you got to do it.
Yep. So we appreciate all of you watching and being here with us tonight. And do you have any final words?
No, I mean, I can't wait to see you guys back.
Oh my God! It cut off on you. It cut on you.
Okay, yeah. Make sure you're following this event, guys. I mean, it's just gonna get bigger every night, and Paraniagara is bound to be huge. I'll even give you guys like just a little side note. It's known. It made its first appearance on Deathwalker season 3 with Nick Groff, and the evidence was so good, Nick Groff went back for season 4.
Wow.
So, yeah, you definitely don't want to miss it. Definitely get a hold of me. We do have Remotely Paranormal merch now. So, my girl Denise is making it, and she, as you can see, she did a phenomenal job. So, we actually have t-shirts and hoodies.
Awesome. So we will see you all tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern at Paraniagara. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.